Hi guys, welcome to Nerdbytes. This is going to be my spoiler review for Netflix's and Marvel's The Punisher. Yes, there will be spoilers, but I'm putting to the back end of my review. I'll let you know when they're coming. Yes, I'm really sorry this has taken so long to do. I've been very busy with mortgage stuff and trying to get a house. It's been very stressful and very time consuming and knackering, so I just haven't had the buzz to try and do videos as often as I've been doing it. I've literally been doing it as and when I can. I haven't had time to do The Punisher, but now I'm finally getting around to doing it. So I apologise for it being late, but these are my full thoughts on it. Before going to spoilers, yeah, great. I mean, it's exactly what I expected, exactly what I wanted from this character. It was compelling. The characters were compelling, especially Frank Castle. The villains were pretty interesting as well. I don't like the fact that it was like 13 episodes. I think they should stick with the thing they've done with Defenders and make it, I think it was 8 episodes or 10 or something like that, but just shorten it. Less is more, I think. You don't need 13 episodes. And I hope they do that in Season 2 with Jessica Jones. However, I doubt it. So yeah, I mean, if you know Frank Castle from the comics and from obviously the previous films that have happened in the past, you know that he's just like a no-holds-barred, I'm going to kill people because they're assholes type person. It's just, and it definitely delivers on that. You can definitely see the struggle that he has and this I am going to do this whether you like it or not. I don't care whether people think I'm an asshole. I'm doing what I think's right, and just everything about it just worked really well. I loved him in Daredevil Season 2. We got a great introduction to him there, and carrying this on through the own series, just absolutely incredible. And the guy that plays Punisher as well, again, I've forgotten his name, totally forgotten his name, but he's pretty awesome. He's in Wolf of Wall Street, pretty cool dude. Yeah, he just owns Frank Castle. I think he's definitely the best Frank Castle I've seen. His relationship with Karen kind of blossoms a little bit more here. It kind of, because obviously she's split up from Daredevil, so she's single again. She gets herself into things certain times through these series, and it seems like there might be a relationship blossoming there, but you can see how reserved he is because of obviously the fact that his missus and kid got murdered, and this is the people he's going after to get revenge. He's very kind of keeps himself back when it comes to relationships a lot, because I don't think he's ready. I don't think he feels ready to move on at all. Even when you see later on with another woman as well that's part of the story, there's other times when she's clearly flirting with him and certain things kind of happen but not really. Even then he's kind of, I'm not ready for this, I don't want this. And I love this confliction character where he's such an aggressive, angry, violent man, yet he's really compassionate at his centre. He's really loving, loyal to a fault, and full of passion. And those two conflicting things, it marries so well, and like I say, he acts it perfection, absolute perfection. The other dude that he gets involved with, the dude with the long hair and the beard that you see in the trailers, again, I've forgotten his name. I'm really bad at this. It's been a while since I've watched it, to be honest. He kind of becomes his little sidekick type thing, and yeah, I like their chemistry. I like what happens with them. I'll get into spoilers about the way their relationship kind of blossoms through this main thing that happens with them. Yeah, really good. Another good chemistry again with Frank Castle and the main villain in this. The way that they build those two together, they seem to like they have a history together, and that kind of moves forward into what happens here. And to be honest, I didn't see this main villain becoming the main villain. It seemed like they were going with someone else, and then it becomes this guy. And it's the first time I didn't actually see it coming. I thought they've done it a couple of times in the other Marvel series, or other things, and I thought that was a little bit obvious. But with this, I generally thought that he was a good guy and a nice person, and then you find out he's not. You're like, all right, you swerved me there. I quite like that twist. And what I will say as well, the violence, the guns, the carnage that ensues, blood, mess, bullets, death. Just everything about it is just so Punisher. The way he kills people, the way he assassinates, shoots, the lot, just everything about it is just perfect Punisher. It really, really is awesome. There's no disappointments there. Negative wise, I think, like I said, the only negative I can really draw away is it was too long. 13 episodes, I think is too long. You don't need that much. 8 to 10 is more than enough. Sometimes it was stretched a little thin, like it has been in previous series with other Marvel Netflix stuff. There's a couple of episodes there you could have trimmed down and put them into another episode, I think. And it was the same with this. I think 10 episodes is more than enough. I also suppose the only other negative I've got, and it's just like a little nerdy kind of nitpick really, is that you spend most of the season without him donning his classic kind of outfit. You get it later on, but only for a couple of episodes, like 2, maybe 3 episodes he gets it. And I just wanted to see more of him in his suit going out causing carnage, and it's just, it doesn't happen a lot, you know what I mean? It just, he's still out there causing carnage, but just in a hoodie, you know what I mean? It's just like, well, no, he's the Punisher, dress him up as the Punisher, you know what I mean? Like when you see Iron Man, you don't want to see him in his suit, you want to see him in the Iron Man suit, kicking ass. Same with Thor, same with Cap. You don't want them in their shirts, you want them in their outfits, kicking ass, and it's the same thing here. Spoiler territory now. If you haven't seen the series, we're going into spoilers. If you want to know my final verdict, skip to the end of my video. Spoilers, you've been warned. Yeah, the relationship with him and this dude is the fact that he's this dude is like spying on his missus and his kid because they think he's dead and he's not dead, and kind of Frank Castle kind of gets involved with this whole thing, and he's kind of he goes to the house a few times, keeping an eye on them and kind of helping them out. It's like, and that kind of stuff he's making like him keep an eye on him, and she clearly likes Frank, but he's reserved, and obviously he knows full well he's being watched by him, and it's a really weird dynamic. It really is. The fact that he's had to fake his own death to save his family, and he's actually sitting there watching them through the grieving process, even seeing his son lashing out and becoming quite aggressive, and then you've got Frank who's kind of teaching him a lesson in not being too aggressive because his dad can't do it, and the whole dynamic of that was just, it was quite gripping to watch, really, because you see it from so many different perspectives. Really quite well written. The female cop girl, she's badass. I can't remember. I mean, I kind of looked at it and went, well, they've kind of done that already in Luke Cage, but here's another one, and she's still pretty awesome. I'll be honest, she is pretty awesome. She gets in the car accident as well, and that's pretty cool. She tries to take down Frank Castle, but as time goes on, she kind of helps him out in the end and that kind of stuff. She kind of realises that he might be a fucking killer, but he's killing the right people, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think she even gets shot at some point, as far as I remember, and survives that. And yeah, she's quite a fucking hard nut. And her little mate, her psychic kind of partner guy, gets killed as well. The funny guy, didn't see that coming at all. He just gets stabbed by the main villain. I can't remember his name, but he had a past with Frank Castle with the armed forces or whatever is the SWAT kind of tactical people, and they used to kill people. He becomes the bad guy, and he ends up killing this dude as well as obviously loads of others. But I didn't see this coming. I thought he was a really good guy and a nice, decent person. Even when you see him as well with other people and Frank and all this kind of stuff, and he's a really nice person. He's obviously like one of his older mates, and then you realise that as it develops, it's like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? It's really, really well written, because they push it as this other dude that Frank is after, and Frank has no idea that this guy's in cahoots with this guy. No idea. And when he finds out, it is quite heartbreaking. He gets fucking angry, and yeah, I mean that leads later on into them getting down to it and on the final episode, and that's as JR would say in WWE, that is a slobber knocker. It's awesome. The scene in the woods and everything, when him and that dude are taking down these other guys with like you've got a drone checking them out, and he's luring them in and taking them all out. That was really precision. I really quite like that. Again, it shows the tactileness of Frank Castle. He's not just a load of guns and knives. He's very smart with this kind of how to weed out the herd and take them down one by one. Obviously, when you're finding out that this guy is the bad guy, and then he's obviously dating this girl cop, and then she finds out that it's him, and oh my god, it's just so tense, and it's so weird because he's washing her blood, the guy's blood off her hands in the bath, knowing full well he was the one that did it, that killed him, and she hasn't got a clue. And then when she finds out later on, oh god, it's just the whole build-up with that, even though it's nothing to do with Frank Castle, it's these two other characters. It was tense, and it was a good payoff. Yeah, I mean, the final battle between him and the main villain guy, his old friend, was just awesome. Doing it, they did it in the park where his kid and his daughter was murdered right by the carousel. They used the carousel as like a fighting ground. The bad guy kind of takes two random people hostage, and obviously Frank's gonna make sure they don't die. And it's awesome. It's just full of aggression, blood, and just violence, and it's epic. When he finally gets a beat down on him and just beats the fucking shit into him, slamming his face against this glass wall at the back of the carousel, just repeating it again and again and again and again, and you think he's gonna do it, he's gonna fucking kill him, and the fact that he actually keeps him alive to know the pain he's gonna have to go through the rest of his life with his completely fucked up face, because he's completely fucked up, considering how much of a pretty boy he was beforehand. Brilliant. Just everything about that was just great. He's got to live with it for the rest of his life, and Punisher, man, he just owns. Overall, guys, I think The Punisher is definitely one of the better Netflix Marvel series. I mean, they're all really good. Iron Fist was the only one that wasn't really any good, but this is a good, solid installment. I'm looking forward to more Frank Castle. I want to get him involved with some more characters, I think, in the future. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Definitely awesome. Yeah, definitely recommend watching it, and I think it's fair to give it 4 stars. So that's what I thought of the Punisher series. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments, or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Tumblr. Just type in Nerdbytes anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos, and of course, keep it nerdy.